Google searches on how to trade gold have hit the highest level since 2011. It's not surprised because gold has hit all-time high 15 times in the last 60 days. Yes, you heard it right. Gold has hit all-time high 15 times in the last 60 days. If you look at the comparison, gold has outperformed the S&P 500, the Magnificent 7 and many other stocks. Also look up how Bitcoin performed compared to gold and you are going to be surprised. So gold is right now the #1 favorite of all the investors and traders because the yield is just absolutely amazing. As the risk-off mode continues, the factors contributing to the higher gold prices are, for example, the Trump tariffs, because uncertainty continues to loom over the markets and investors don't like uncertainty, therefore they're going to hedge and go into risk-off mode. This is going to push gold prices higher, whereas risk-on assets, for example, stocks and Bitcoin, going to be lower and lower. The second one is central bank demand. The record-breaking gold accumulation is to hedge against inflation by central banks. The third one is the US gold rush, the massive gold purchases leading to shortage in supply. Then we have the global debt crisis, a whopping $315 trillion accumulated in debt globally, which fuels safe haven demand, i.e. gold prices are going to continue higher and higher. I'm going to analyze gold, also Bitcoin and US indices to give you some technical analysis and background where I see gold prices and all the other asset prices heading in this month. So let's start the daily analysis with looking at the statistics of my account. You can see that the last time when I made a video, the account was standing at £157,000. Currently, it's at £158,000. So this is including the floating profits. That's another £1,000 for the day. Now, this profit comes from gold, Bitcoin, Ethereum, US30, and some other assets as well. I'm shorting Bitcoin, long on gold and shorting US indices. So if you have a look on the portfolio I'm currently holding or the assets I'm currently on long and short, you can see that I'm on a risk off mode. So long on gold, short on Bitcoin, short on cryptos in general and US indices, US30 and NASDAQ. Since the last video, gold has pumped another 600 pips, and that comes from the uncertainty that Israel has launched an extensive strike in Gaza, saying that it was hitting Hamas targets as a 2-month ceasefire collapsed. And it's not looking good, and I think the situation in Gaza is going to escalate, and if it does escalate, then it's good news for gold, bad news for people, unfortunately. And if you look at the technical analysis side, you can see that we have a parabolic upward sending channel. So gold is just going up and it's getting steeper and steeper. Since the last video, gold has printed another 3 new all-time highs, and that was just 2 days ago. So the technical analysis for gold, considering that we're going to have an FOMC meeting minutes this week, we have an escalation in the Gaza area between Israel and Hamas, my forecast on gold is going to continue to be bullish. Now, even if the FOMC interest rate decision is going to stay the same, because we all know that 97% of traders and economists are expecting that the Fed is going to stay put. Now this, we can take it out from the equation, and what's important is the summary of economic projections, which I'm going to explain in a live trade, but that live trading is only for members. If you want to live trade the FOMC interest rate decision and the summary of economic projections, go to alphafx.eu and secure your place, because tomorrow on Wednesday evening, I'm going to be hosting a live trading session for members only. Now, if you focus on the fundamentals and look at the technicals, everything is aligning into one direction. You can see that gold just created a new all-time high at 3,029, and I'm expecting more bullish continuation. Now, I think that gold is going to pull back to the previous all-time high, because that gives an excellent support level, which was a resistance. Now we broke it through, then it will become a support, and we have a clean direction all the way to 3,056. That is going to be the ultimate target. Now, if gold pulls back to this price level at 3,007, 3,010, which was the previous all-time high, actually a little bit lower, around 3,003, 3,005. If gold pulls back, now the first target is going to be obviously the new all-time high at 3,027. So that's already 200 plus pips profit, and that's going to be the first take profit target. And the next one is going to be, so this is the first, and the next one is going to be anywhere above 3030, but the ultimate target is going to be 3055, 3060. So we're talking about another 400 pips move on gold to the upside. So once again, I'm expecting this to happen at the FOMC meeting, or maybe before, depending on how the situation in Gaza is going to escalate. And let's stop for a second and look out on what the yields, what the fixed income market is showing to us. You can see that in the UK and the US, global yields started to go up again, especially on the short end of the yield curve. The yields are rising. Now that tells me that investors wanting higher yields for their money, meaning that they're not very certain about the short-term future in global economy. And when the yields are going up, when investors demand higher money, higher risk premium for their money, that means one thing, that risk off is coming. Please leave a comment under the video, and this tells me that I'm doing something right. And if you want to see more analysis like this, leave a comment saying I want more analysis, or just say hi. If you look at the yields, yields are rising, gold is rising. So that means that uncertainty and hedging is currently folding out in the global markets. So therefore, that's another extra confirmation that gold prices are going to continue higher and higher. Ultimate profit for the short term is going to be 3060. So I'm talking about this week's target. And if the risk off mode continues or sets the tone for the market, that is bad news for the risk on assets. For example, NASDAQ and US 30. So looking at NASDAQ, you can see that we already have a bear flag folding out, or bear flag is currently printed on the 4-hour time frame, and there are two entry opportunities. So there's two entry options for the short trade. The first one is at the current price level at the daily pivot. The second one is going to be a little bit higher, just above 20,000, but generally speaking, I'm short on US indices. If you have a look at my open positions, I have a sell position on US 30 and I have a sell position on NASDAQ as well, but the risk is very low because we have two possible entry points for US 30 and NASDAQ as well. But I already started shorting with smaller positions. If price comes higher, then I'm going to increase the risk and increase the position sizes. The next asset is going to be Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin, if we talked about the risk on assets, which is the stocks, and Bitcoin is going to be the risk on assets on steroids. This is one of the riskiest assets at the current market. And if yields continue to increase and investors going to hedge against uncertainty and war and everything that's happening in the world right now, that is going to be bad news for Bitcoin. And this is why I'm shorting on Bitcoin. You can see my position right on the screen, currently running at around 300 pips profit. And yes, I started trading cryptocurrencies as well. If you want to get my daily analysis and to see my positions which I'm entering, I do send out a notification in this format. So you get a analysis chart, you get my MetaTrader screenshot, and also I print out trade details. So if you want this analysis daily, go to alphafx.eu and click on purchase a lifetime plan. Now going back to Bitcoin, I don't see two entry opportunities here. I see only one entry opportunity, and that is right now. So if anyone decides to go short on Bitcoin, hypothetically or theoretically, I think the current price level is very good. I would put the stop loss around 84,000. Take profit level is always the first or the previous lower high or lower low, depending what is the current market trend. And you can see the first take profit is somewhere around 80,000 and the next one is around 78,000. And as price going to drop, you're going to take profit lower and lower. The ultimate profit is around 70,000, but my target is 76,000, so keep it reasonable. So you see I have two short positions on Bitcoin. I'm going to zoom into the chart, and you can see the first take profit level is going to be at just around 80,000 and the second one is going to be 76,000 currently. Just added another 100 pips or 80 pips since we're doing this analysis, and I'm short on Bitcoin. The next thing I want to talk about is that the FOMC interest rate decision is coming up, so make sure that you prepare and also get ready with your account. If you want some extra equity, if you want some extra margin, use the Forex deposit bonus. This offer is going to end, and I don't know when or where is it going to end, but make sure you take advantage of this deposit bonus right now. If you deposit $1,000, you get $500 extra added to your equity. And if you make any profits, you can withdraw the profits and you can withdraw the initial capital. So there's no catch in this one. This is free money. Now, thank you so much for watching the video, and please leave a comment under the video, and this tells me that I'm doing something right. And if you want to see more analysis like this, leave a comment saying I want more analysis, or just say hi. Thank you so much. This is the Alpha FX.